Okay, so I'm going to take you through what I plan to practice today. So we're just going to start in thunderbolt pose, which is this pose. You can take your knees as wide apart as you'd like, or as close together as you'd like. Essentially, we're just on the tops of our feet. We're stretching through the front of our shins and the sides of our calves, and we're going to feel it as well through our quads. This section here, if we're tight, try to relax the knees. We're going to take a few moments to just focus on our breath. I'm feeling really out of breath these days, so I'm going to focus on taking in a big deep breath, nice and full. So in through the nose, expanding the belly, feeling the air rise up into my chest, into my throat, and then exhaling through the nose, pulling the navel to the spine, feeling how my spine somewhat rounds forward, and that's okay. We don't want to round too much though, so be aware. So let's take a few deep breaths. Relax through the shoulders, relax through the face. If it's ever too much on your legs, you can move into a warrior pose with your legs off to the side or cross-legged, whatever is comfortable. The focus of our prenatal practice is to be very self-aware. So any movements that we're making, we really want to focus on how we're feeling it internally. So don't ever push yourself to the point of pain. There's always modifications, and you can feel free to take things slower. This practice is a lot slower than what I normally teach, so hopefully it shouldn't be too extraneous today. Take one more deep inhale. Open up through the heart. Try to lift your heart towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders down. Relax the chin and exhale. We're going to take our hands just in front. We're going to make our way into our tabletop. So coming up onto our knees, we can walk the legs back a slight bit, making sure that we've got our good alignment. So our alignment is knees directly underneath our hips, nice flat spine, and our shoulders are over our wrists. So we're going to get a lot of core engagement in our cat and cow. So this is where I want you to be very self-aware and not overdo it. So what we're going to do is we're going to tilt the tailbone up, push into the mat as we lift through the heart. We take our gaze up as we inhale. This is our cow. Exhale, tuck through the tailbone, round through the spine, pull the shoulder blades apart, rock forward, shoulders over your wrists, chin to your chest, or in our cat. Exhale. Inhale, fluid motion, turn your tailbone up, arch through the spine, push into the mat, all fingertips down, gaze up, inhaling. Exhale, tuck through the tailbone, round through the spine, shoulder blades apart, shoulders over your wrists, chin to your chest. Inhale, come back to neutral. We're going to sit back onto our heels, pull the knees apart, walk the hands forward as we come into a child's pose. Feel free to wiggle, to sway, to allow yourself to relax into this. Lifting through the heart as we inhale. Exhale nice and slowly. Feel the length you're creating through the spine. You can rest your head down if you'd like. My belly is in the way, so I'm not going to push myself to that length, but do what feels right for you, okay? That's what your yoga practice should be about, is really just feeling movements, noticing how your breath works within each movement. So inhaling, we create length as we lift through the heart, through our chin. Exhaling as we round or soften, relax. We can bring our chin to our chest. Feel the length we're creating through the spine, the space we're creating between the shoulder blades. Inhale, we'll come back to our tabletop. And we're going to come into what I called warrior before, but is actually hero. So feet off to the side. So we're going to take them off to the left side. We're going to walk the hands back. And so the hero pose is where our one sole of our foot is to the inside of our thigh. And then the exterior leg, the heel is to our hip, or as close to as is comfortable. So feel free, this depends on your flexibility. The goal is to sit equally on the sit bones. So we're working on our hips here. We're working on finding a good posture. We want to keep our hands to our knees as we inhale, lift through the heart. So notice how when we naturally sit, trying to sit equally on the sit bones, we're really going to be rounded forward. And what we want to focus on is having an open chest. So inhaling, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, pull them down and back, pull those elbows into the sides, lift through the heart. We can lift our chin if you'd like. As we inhale and exhale, we can come to neutral, or we can continue as we exhale to bring our chin to our chest. Focus on sitting equally on the sit bones, relax through the hips. Inhale, come back to a neutral if we've brought our chin down. Coming back into some more neck exercises, we'll inhale and take our gaze over our right shoulder. Relax through the shoulders. Exhaling here. Sit equally on the sit bones. Inhale, take your gaze back to center. Exhale and relax through the shoulders. Lift through the heart. Inhaling here as we turn our gaze to our left side over our left shoulder. Relax through the hips. Relax through the glutes. Sit equally on the sit bones. Relax through the shoulders. Inhaling here, we'll come back to center. One more time, we'll inhale and take our gaze up. And exhale, this time bring right ear to right shoulder. Relax through the shoulders. Feel a nice stretch through the left side of our neck. Nice and slowly exhale as we bring our chin to our chest. We're coming into a rotation. As we inhale, bring our left ear to our left shoulder. Relax the shoulders. Continue to inhale as we gaze up. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest. And inhale, we'll come back to our center. We can either lean back and actively move our legs to the other side, or we can lift off our bum, come back to our tabletop, and switch the legs over to the right side so that we switch. I'm going to go with the active movements today because I really want to focus on engaging my whole body. So I'm going to lean back, I'm going to shift onto the soles of my feet, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk them over to the right side, and I can use my hand to help me place my right leg into position. So my left sole of my foot is to my right inner thigh, right heel to my right hip. Nice and slowly, relax into this. Each side is going to be different. Don't force anything, but again, the goal is to sit equally on the sit bones. And the longer we sit in this position, the more our body will relax into this position. So hands to our knees, inhale, roll the shoulders up, sit nice and tall, find length through the spine, height in our heart. We can gaze up towards the ceiling as we inhale, exhale, relax. Try to sit equally on the sit bones, relax your shoulders. We can bring our gaze back to neutral, or we can continue to bring our chin down to our chest. Get a nice stretch through the back of the neck. Relax through the shoulders, relax through the hips, relax through the glutes and the quads. Inhale, we'll come back to center if we have brought our chin down. Inhaling here, lift through the heart. Exhale, this time we're going to take our gaze over our left shoulder. Take a deep inhale, sit nice and tall. And exhale. Try to bring your navel to your spine. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take your gaze over your right shoulder. Relax through the shoulders, relax through the hips, through the glutes. Do our best to sit equally on the sit bones. Continue to breathe deeply in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, come back to our center. Inhale one more time, we'll take our gaze up towards the ceiling. As we exhale this time, bring our left ear to our left shoulder. Get a nice stretch through the right side of our neck. Nice and slowly exhaling, bringing your chin to our chest. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Relax through our shoulders. Continue to inhale as we bring our chin up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Bring our chin to our chest. Inhale nice and slowly, we'll come back to our center. So I hope we're continuing to focus on relaxing through the hips. Notice if we're a little bit closer to the ground with both sit bones, if our right side is up a little bit. If not, that's okay. Nice and slowly, we're going to come into double pigeon. Since we've already opened up a little bit in our hips, what we're going to do is we're going to take our right foot in front of us, sit equally on the sit bones. So if double pigeon is inaccessible for us because our hips are so tight, we can stay here with our right sole of our foot down into our mat, toes facing forward, relax through the hips, sit equally on both sit bones. If we can, level 2 will come to cross-legged, or level 3 will come to full double pigeon. So we'll slightly bring that left foot up a slight bit, flex through the foot. We're going to take our right sole of our foot and place it wherever we can, either on our knee, just like kind of in that crook, or even down to our shin, or like halfway down the calf. Find your level. The goal is to just sit equally on both sit bones. We can rest our hands in Jin Mudra, our index finger to the inside of our thumb, palm faces open, 3 fingers open to the sky as well. Relax through our hips, relax through the glutes. Relax through the spine, but try not to round forward too much. We still want a little bit of action where we're sitting nice and upright. But again, be self-aware. Focus on your breath. Relax every muscle in your face. Focus on taking slow, deep breaths. The more discomfort you're going to feel, the faster your body is naturally going to breathe. And this is what I call cheating through the poses. Find the discomfort, acknowledge it, and work your way through it. But always understand the difference between discomfort and pain. Last deep inhale and exhale. If we've come to double pigeon or cross-legged, or even level 1, we're going to come back to bringing both of our legs in front of us, and we're going to switch because we want balance. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our right leg down, flex through the foot. Level 1, we're keeping our left sole of our foot into the mat, toes facing forward. Sit equally on the sit bones. Relax your hands down. Level 2, come to cross-legged. So this time your left leg is on the outside of your right leg. Or level 3, full double pigeon, where our right foot is flexed, left foot is flexed. Bring it hopefully to the same distance that you did on the previous side. So either up to the knee, just at the crook of your knee, or halfway down your shin. Relax your hands down. Notice the difference between both sides. Breathe through the discomfort. Focus on the breath. Relax every muscle in your face. As you inhale, lift through the heart, find length through the spine. Exhale, relax through the shoulders. Relax through the hips, through the glutes, through the quads, through the knees. a moment to scan your body. I practice a lot of my yoga practice with eyes closed because I internalize, I almost visualize what's happening within my body. Where is tension hiding? And when does it randomly come back without any warning? Last deep inhale. And exhale. Nice and slowly we can lean back. You can either use your hands or just actively bring both soles of the feet to our mat. Place your hands down just underneath your shoulders. What we're going to do is we're going to lift our bum off the mat and bring it as close to our heels as we can. We're going to walk the feet up so that we're at the top of our mat. Walk the hands in. One more time, lifting our bum off the mat and bring it down just maybe about a hand distance, a little bit more than a hand distance away from our heels. Nice and slowly, we're going to help ourselves come all the way down, so bend through the elbows, come down to our elbows, we're going to slide down onto our backs. Get nice and comfortable, relax your head down, place your hands down, palms down into the mat. Walk the feet in, nice and slowly. We want to be able to graze our heels with our fingertips. We're going to come into fish pose. Okay, so fish is a gentle back bend that I thoroughly love. It really promotes the openness of your chest. So that's where back bends come from, is from the openness in your chest. It's never about starting the back bend from the spine. Okay, so here's what I mean. We're going to inhale, we're going to lift our pelvis up off the mat like we would be coming into bridge, but we're not going to go that far just yet. We're going to walk our hands in to underneath our bum muscles. Nice and slowly relax the bum down onto the tops of our hands. This should be comfortable, okay? So find comfort through the forearms and our elbows. It's okay if our shoulders roll in a little bit at this point. We're just setting up for the pose. Walk the feet down or straight through the legs. We can already feel the urge to lift our chest towards the ceiling. And that's what we're about to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate our legs. We're going to point through the toes, squeeze through the kneecaps, open up through the heart. So push into your mat with your elbows and lift your heart towards the ceiling. Your bum is going to slide down closer to your fingertips. Again, find comfort here. Open up through the heart, relax your head back. If this is too much for the neck, feel free to control your neck as you bring your chin to your chest. Lift through the heart. If it's okay, relax your head back. Breathe. Open up through the heart. Inhale, bring your chin to your chest if it wasn't there already. Nice and slowly. Slide back down. Use your core muscles to really help yourself go down slow. We're going to bend through the knees. Inhale, lift your pelvis up off of your hands and slide your hands out. Roll back down onto your back. Coming into our happy baby. We're going to flex through the feet, lifting the soles of our feet to face the ceiling. Knees bend. Nice and slowly, take your legs out as wide as you need to. Take our two fingers, index and middle fingers, and we're going to wrap them from the inside of our big toe around the bottom. We can stay here if we're comfortable, or we can deepen and bring the knees to the outside of our elbows. Gently rock from side to side. Give yourself a slight back massage. We're also warming up the inner thighs by spreading our knees wider apart. So the inner thighs are really, really important when it comes to our pelvic floor. Muscles work together in groups. So this is what I have learned just through my regular yoga practice, and what I found very important during any of my prenatal practices to focus on as well. Muscle groups that work together really ease just every other aspect of your life. So making sure you have a strong back, making sure you have a strong core means you have a strong back. Making sure you've got strong legs means you've got a strong torso. It's crazy what all these muscle groups and how they work together. We can gently release our toes, nice and slowly. Place the soles of our feet down to our mat. Place the hands down to our mat. We're going to bring our chin to our chest, and however is comfortable to get up. Okay, so if you can roll up like a sit-up, we can do that. Or you can roll to your side, either your right or your left. Your left is better, but whatever is comfortable for you, okay? So we're gonna make our way up to sitting. From here, we're gonna bend through the knees, hands underneath our shoulders. Nice and slowly lift the pelvis up off the mat. Walk the heels in if we can. We're gonna lean ourselves forward, and we're basically into our malasana, our yogi squat. If this isn't possible, we're going to make our way all the way up to standing, and then come down to what our yogi squat limit is. Okay, so our yogi squat, our heels should be inwards on a 45-degree angle, toes slightly off of our mat. Nice and slowly, we can come down to basically where we were if we just stayed instead of coming up to standing. Yes, I still be. Bring our hands to prayer at wherever is comfortable. Usually it's our heart center, but at this point in time, I can't really compress that much. So we're going to breathe, relax through the shoulders, relax through the glutes. Allow yourself to sit in this yogi squat. So this is why we opened up our hips earlier. We can gently sway from side to side. Honestly, I always say that wiggles and rolls and sways are a huge part of a yoga practice. It's how you acknowledge what you're feeling internally, and figuring out where tension lies is only capable if you are making the slight micro movements within your practice. Okay, so we're going to come into a gentle twist here. We're going to take our hands down to our mat. We can lean a slight bit forward for this. Inhale nice and slowly. Take our right hand, slide it across our left arm, across our chest. This is how we're finding a line. And then we'll open ourselves up. Palm faces the right side of the room. We can take our gaze over our right thumb. Take a deep inhale, open the heart towards the ceiling for extra. Exhale nice and slowly, bring that right hand down. We can gently sway from side to side in our malasana. We can bring our hands back up to prayer. There is no right or wrong so long as everything feels good within your body. Twisting on the other side. We're going to take our left hand, slide it up across our right arm, across our chest. Find your line. Open up that left hand towards the left side of the room. Inhale and take your gaze over your left thumb. Take a deep inhale, open the heart towards the ceiling for extra. Inhaling here, and exhale, bring that left hand back down. From here, we're going to lean forward, weight into our wrists. We're going to walk the feet back, push your tailbone up towards the sky. We're coming into a downward facing dog. Our first one in our practice. Heels can be up. I found my hamstrings to be very, very tight since not practicing every day. So what used to be a simple pose has become, once again, very difficult. We're going to push the ground away, okay? So our arms are shoulder width apart. Make sure all of our fingertips are down. The entire palm is down, including our whole fingers. Push the ground away. Create space between the shoulder blades. Chin is to our chest. Downward facing dog is about having a straight spine not straight legs. Okay, so we're gonna bend through the knees, push the tailbone up towards the sky, like you did for cow, where you turn your tailbone up towards the sky. Feel the length we're creating through our spine here. So you shouldn't be feeling it in your hamstrings at all with your knees bent. But to add more to this pose, we can slowly lower our heels as much as we can. Keep the knees bent if we need to. And if we find that's just too much, come right up onto the toes. Push your tailbone up and straighten that way. And work with your breath, okay? So inhaling, we create length. And exhaling, we relax. On the next inhale, come right up onto the toes. We're going to bring our knees down towards our mat. Flatten onto the tops of our feet. Sit back onto our heels. Nice and slowly walk the hands forward as we can rest down in our child's pose again. Notice how different and almost easier it feels later on in our practice compared to the beginning of our practice. We can make this as active or as relaxing as we like. We can roll through the spine with every inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, relaxing. Inhale, round through the spine, lift through the heart, lift our chin, and exhale, lower back down. Or we can just be sedentary. We can walk our hands over to one side to get a side body stretch. Just make sure we're moving with our breath. As we inhale, we come back to center. Exhale, maybe walk to the left side. Relax down. Inhale, we can come back to center. Nice and slowly, we'll walk our hands back in. We're back to our thunderbolt pose. You can bring your knees in a little bit closer if you'd like. Sitting back to our heels, relax through the shoulders. Focus on your breath, close your eyes, relax every muscle in your face. If this is too much, we can always come back to a hero pose or cross-legged. I hope this was a simple introduction to just certain gentle movements you can make through a prenatal practice. I am not actually designated as a prenatal teacher, but having gone through now my second pregnancy while practicing yoga, I understand it's mainly about acknowledging your limits. So hopefully you didn't push yourself too far, and you really just, had a lot more self-awareness than just in your average day-to-day activities. So I can do more of these for you if you'd like, and I hope you enjoy.